How's it going? You motherfucker.
Cool. It's going great, man. How's it going with you?
Cool. I like I just like every time you go on stage, you just have that same awkward presence. How's it going? Cool. The fucking awkward
Yeah.
head nod.
Well, cause I mean, I'm always like expecting the audience to like not respond. So that, and then I just like, all right, cool. Usually they'll get like something, like a little chuckle, you know?
Yeah. Well, didn't like one of the audience members call you like Michael Sarah at at one of the last open mics?
Oh yeah, that was that Liberty station. I
Yeah.
always hear that. I hear that and Daniel Tosh sometimes, but mostly Michael Sarah. I guess we look alike or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude is I can't get a pulse on a lot of people, but that dude's one that like I heard someone say Michael Cera looks like one guy who like accidentally walked into an audition and then like just started pretend like never told anybody he wasn't an actor, but then just like went along with it.
Yeah, man. I don't know, he's just got that something like I guess that X factor. Like a lot of like actors and stuff. It's not that they're like beautiful people or some or anything. It's like they have a look. Like Will Ferrell, he's just got like a look about him. You know what I'm saying? I think Michael Cera has that same thing. I'm gonna take these headphones off, bro. Like the audio is weird on my side.
Oh, all right, go ahead then.
All right. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
man. If it's worse, I'll put them back on. But
No, we're good. We're good.
it was just
We're
weird on
good.
my side, just what I was hearing.
Yeah. All right. So how long did like it would it like did it take you to develop uh like your act the way you do it now because you have a very deadpan style about you.
Uh, took me about I'd say 2-3 months. First couple weeks, I was going like once a week, only to Darwin's, and I was just trying to figure it out. But it took a couple weeks. I started learning like setup punch. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. I would say relatively recently because I've only been doing it like 8-9 months. I'd say.
Oh,
I'd say like it started hitting a stride like maybe like month 5 or 6. So a couple months actually.
mm. So what was it like before you found like your rhythm? Like what was it like?
Oh, dog, it was like just eating shit. Like it was horrible. People just stare at you, and it's like you're trying to like figure out like a joke. It's like a lot of times, man, it would just be like a premise, but there'd be no punchline. And like it took me a second to realize like fuck, like I need either harder punchlines or I need to figure this shit out. Um it was horrible. And then like, you start building on the things that get reactions, and you're like, okay, let me let me go further into the like these things that work. And so I want to get into bits, but right now I'm just doing like one liner kind of stuff, but I want to get into longer stuff.
And yeah, like now before like you like establish your own like before you got your rhythm going, were you still like doing the same piece of shit type of comedy? Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, not that your comedy is shit. I'm like the shit you talk about. You are a piece of shit, man.
Yeah, but it's also like it's not real, ZA. It's like,
I know, I
but
know
like
it's not real though.
that persona is what you're saying.
I know.
Like the act, like Yeah, I get that. But yeah, it's always been the same like type of stuff. Like in the beginning, like I'm still trying to make jokes about like jerking off at church. Like first joke was something like that. It didn't work, you know what I'm saying? But it was still like the same type of material. I'm trying to hopefully it comes across as more goofy and silly, but sometimes it can be like, oh fuck, like dang, oops, cross the line. But
Fucking Michael's a dirtbag. But like I say
yeah,
that, like I know it's an act, man. Like, but you gotta keep in mind this is your creation. That persona
yeah,
is your creation. So that shit gotta come from somewhere. And it's not nobody else.
yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like I always like those guys who are just like, yeah, they're kind of a dick, but that's just like the act, and they're still able to like win the audience over like Daniel Tosh and like Anthony Jeselnik, you know, like they're saying like horrible things, but yet like the audience is with them. And it's like, I think that's great. And I actually really like that. So I don't know, hopefully I can like find a way to do it in my own way, find my own voice. Cause I would like my comedy to evolve, and like if I end up doing like clean comedy one day, like I wouldn't be mad at that, you know?
Bro, if there's footage of you doing the shit you do now, there's no way you're doing clean comedy ever again.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've tried doing it. I tried doing like a joke about Dairy Queen. You know how they like just like flip the ice cream. I tried it, didn't work, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, let's start talking about abortion again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like is like seeing your act one time, you were like, now what is your creative process like? What do you sit down and write, or do you just like throughout the day you just like jot down funny shit that comes to you?
It's more of that second one. So a lot of people they'll write every day, like a lot. Like I see like, you know, the guys who carry their notebooks everywhere and they're just like, hey man, I'm just gonna go over to HEB real quick and do some writing like Connor does that. And I can't do that, man. Usually what will happen is like an idea will come to me and I'll just pull out my phone real quick, jot it down. Or if it's like an idea that I need to write down, like I'll write it down. But like as far as like sitting down, um, with the intention to write, I only do that maybe a couple times a week. You know, I'm a bad writer, dude. I'm bad.
Yeah, I could never do that because when you sit down is like when you're overthinking it, and I think overthinking like really like fucks you up, like it fucks your rhythm up, your and whatever process you got to go through. So like, explain how do people go to HEB and write? Is there like a desk there or something?
No, so like you know Darwin's, that HEB across from Darwin's.
Yeah.
So I think Connor Carter, great guy. Um he there he goes up the escalators and I think there's like a little lobby because there's apartments up there above the HEB, and so I think there's like a little lobby that he would go to write, or I forget, there's like a little space at HEB that he would go to write. Um but yeah, he writes like, I've asked him, he writes probably like an hour a day, which is
Wow.
it's crazy just to even think about.
Yeah. My problem with writing is feedback. What I like to do is have feedback as soon as possible. What I mean by that is like
Mm,
they did this study like what why is it with kids with ADHD can play video games for hours without being distracted but can't do any schoolwork or anything. And like I was always curious about that. And like what they found out was that there's this like it's called instant feedback. Like when you play a game, you're actually every action you do has a result. You press a button, something happens, there's a score. there's a there's a high score, that like an objective that it just keeps going on and on. Now when you're writing, like I don't know, like when you write for like a school paper, or a school paper, or try to write down jokes, um you don't get feedback until like you actually either turn it in, or try to perform it. And I think that's what like like fucks us up, is that like usually my I like to like just go through like life, and whenever like I have a funny thought, I jot it down. But that's because I know like pretty soon I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, no, man, and it's hard just sitting down and like creating something out of nothing, and just like, oh, what's funny, versus like, the way you and I do it, where it's just like something, just it just comes out of nowhere. It's like, okay, let me write this down. Um, but I don't know. I think both approaches are actually pretty good, because I mean, if you're just like writing for an hour, you can sift through like all the crap, and you can maybe find a little idea there, and you can like build on that idea. So I get both approaches. Um Sometimes I think I have like ADD sometimes, because it's only the things that interest me that hold my attention. So at work, I'll just be thinking about comedy. I'll be at the movies just thinking about comedy if the movie sucks. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. Mm. You ever have a like so you ever like when was at what point, because I had this epiphany too, like at what point do you like realize there's a when you're writing, like when you first start out, you say, oh, this shit is funny, this shit is funny, this shit is funny, this shit is funny. But like like now that like I'm mature and I like to try my shit out every week, or like multiple times a week. My mentality changed from, okay, this might be funny, this might be funny. I try this out. I know this is funny. This is not funny. Like you ever like you ever notice that like progression you have when writing?
Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, yes, because like day one, you just like, before you sign up for that first mic and you like come up with the 5 minutes. In my head, I was like, oh, I'm gonna change the fucking game. Like this 5 minutes is gonna fucking hit.
I'm the next
And
Dave Chappelle.
yeah, exactly, dude. Like I was like, man, like not since Louis C.K. have they seen jokes like this. And then you perform the jokes, and it's like, oh, this ain't it. And but like you said, like slowly what happens is you start like picking up, at least me, like I start picking up like, okay, this isn't gonna work, or there's an idea here, or this is good. And it's like not everything's gonna be gold, but I think you get better at start picking up on like, okay, there's an idea here. But then, like you said, you do notice where it's like, this joke, it's not this isn't a good joke. But you never know till you try them out, because the joke you think that will suck works, then the joke you think is gonna hit doesn't, man. It's like, it's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's like some type of mental gymnastics like you got to go through with yourself. Like one thing I
Yeah,
hate
man.
doing is like before I hit the stage, I hate overthinking. Like I hate overthinking. Like and it's almost hard, bro, because like I'm typically still one of the last guys to go up on an open mic. Like unless I show up late, then I understand what my situation is. But like I try not to overthink. I look at my set list, but then like some off happens, like a guy fucking takes too long up on stage, or people start to leave, and then, like I really want to try not to let it affect me, but then like it always affects me somehow.
Yeah, man, you gotta, I don't know, just I would just, try and let that stuff go, and just I honestly hit more mics if you can, because like, I don't know. You can't really control the situation a lot of times. you just have to do with what you're given. But it's like, I feel like the more reps you get in, the more reps we get in, because we're all like, our class is like all like under a year and stuff. And I feel like just seeing little situations where it's like, oh, okay, people are leaving, there's no one here, like, just those nights at Darwin's, those hard nights. It's like, I feel like you start seeing situations over and over again, and you start like developing better ways to like, cope with either overthinking or just like, there's no one here except the bartender. Like, what can I do to make the most out of this 5 minutes? So I feel like, man, it's just a reps thing,
I, yeah, I like what you
I
said. Make them,
I used to overthink, and then I started smoking a lot. So
you motherfucker,
yeah,
asshole. Like, I like
no,
what you said. Like, you got,
dude. Yeah.
yeah, I like what you said. Like, make the most of it. Like, oh my god, last time I was at Ruds, and this is the last time I've been to fucking Ruds. I was like, I was the last guy on, and I think like they allow like 20. They have 24 people on the list, and I was the last guy, 24. Now, by the time it was my turn, and I don't think I let it affect me that night because everyone left except for two people, one guy in the front and some like some douchebag that like super comedy fan who's always at the front, and some guy in the back. Like I made the and
Mm.
I tried to make the most of it. I went through my act because like I was like fuck it, and like it felt kind of satisfying to know like uh yeah, like like fuck the audience leaving. Like I'm a handle my business. I'm gonna do my shit, and I'm gonna make these two people and the bartender laugh.
Yeah, man. It's like, I used to be kind of like like, at first I wanted an audience of no people. That way it was like easier to get up. Then now, like, I'm at the point where it's like I want a lot of people, but I only need like two, three. And it's like, as long as I make them laugh, and as long as they're responsive, I could still have a good night where I feel good, as like, even if there's only two people, or like there's a lot of people, they're all like reps. They're all like workout reps, I feel like, because like, this is, I mean, these are just open mics right now. Like, the goal one day would be like clubs and stuff, or like shows, like things people pay for, and they're invested. If they spend their money, like, right now, people don't give a shit. It's like trying to make them laugh is harder. So I feel like this is the hard, stuff, I feel like.
Yeah. I would like to like I told I was talking to fucking Nate one day, and like
My
I
man.
said like yeah, I like and Nate laughs at everything, and
Yep.
like, and I've seen Nate not laugh, and it's just sad. If you can't make Nate laugh, it's just a sad sighting. Him just looking at you. But like I was talking to him, and like I asked him. Well, I didn't ask him, but I told him like I would like to like open for a show sometime soon. And I'm asking him like usually to open like how much time is it like you said like 5 to 7, 7 to 10, something like that. And I'm like uh and in my mind like I hear stories of these like Mexican boxers born here. They go down to Mexico. Now in order to like get a professional, they got to be a professional. They got to get paid. So I heard like this story, like these boxers go down to Mexico like at 15 years old and say, "Hey man, I just want to have a pro like a pro record. If you're gonna pay me, just pay me $1, just so I can have a professional fight." That they're doing that. Boxers are fighting in Mexico at 15 years old just for $1, and say just so they could be a professional. And so I'm talking to Nate, and I'm thinking this like, "Hey, I would like to open like yeah for a show, and." I could do 10 minutes. Like, hey man, you could just pay me $1 and I'll be straight. And they fucking goes, usually they just ask you to do that for free. And I'm like, fuck. I asked for $1 and I'm highballing these motherfuckers.
Dude, yeah, I know, man. It's like, I don't know, all these shows, like, I expected, like, okay, I didn't expect like a lot of money. I've only done a couple shows, but it's like, dude, it's like, I guess at this level, it's like, no, you're only gonna get paid like 10, $15, just depending. Usually, sometimes they'll pass around a bucket and like, you'll split, how much y'all made or something. But yeah, man, it's like I don't think you can make real money like
I
right
know
now.
not real
Like
money, but I would like to like. It just fucks
just
with me
say
that I
you got paid.
yeah
Ah,
yeah
gotcha.
just to say I got
First,
paid, but like I hate how I said $1 and I was like, oh, that's too fucking high. Who the fuck am I asking for $1?
this this night at Jive, this guy, he was like, him and his friend were like heckling the whole time, right? And at the end of the night, he like comes up to us and he like just starts handing out 20s. And it was the first time I got paid. And honestly, man, since then, like I've only made like $15 from like the shows I've done. Like, so he paid me the most out of like
A fucking
actual
heckler.
shows. Yeah, like a heckler, dude. Like he gave me a 20, he gave Marlo a 20. This was at Jive. And I don't know, man. I miss Jive. I miss Jive.
Yeah, yeah. I got paid 20. When I was at Pueblito one night because I stayed till the end of the show.
The
That's
contest, the Sean Dolan comedy contest thing, right? He
yeah,
did.
and I got mad because that fucking set sucked because I was practicing clean shit that day, and that's the last time I'm doing clean like ever again. Like it's hard, man, because when you think about doing
Yeah.
writing clean material, it's not just not use curse words. It's like the subject matter has to be clean as well.
Yeah, but you could still, and this is what I like about what Mason James does. Like you can still go PG-13 though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be like PG. You can still talk about like, I guess not like super clean, but like, not super dirty either. And like not use curse words. Cause like, you know, not all his stuff is like PG or rated G, like, but it's not like rated R either. So it's like, you could find clean-ish, and that's what I try to do with like my one clean joke. I had one joke about like hot chocolate being just like chocolate milk, but like warmed up. And I was like, I don't know, I just think there's an idea there. But it's like I can't make a joke out of it now without saying like fuck or something. So it's like I just give up on clean material.
Yeah, but like I would like adding on to that. I fucking love chocolate milk, but like I think I'm a connoisseur at this point because like Borden's, it's always Borden's all the way. Yeah, it makes your stomach hurt, but it tastes good. You drink Nesquik, no, like hell no. Nesquik is just a fucking melted chocolate bar in a bottle. That's what I think about Nesquik. You
Okay,
get the powder.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. The stomach thing, I think you and me have the same thing because it's like I'm not lactose intolerant. I can handle cheese, ice cream, stuff like that. It's just milk. Like milk, like will fuck with my stomach. Um, I
If
haven't
you're
had
lactose,
Borden's chocolate milk in a minute, but I still remember. Like I know it's real milk, real chocolate milk.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm
If you
trying
get
too
if
hard.
you if you're lactose intolerant, you're a pussy. Because like I found out you become lactose intolerant. You're not born lactose intolerant. Like you have to like drink milk every day or every couple days. It's not something you can just like give up. I know because like one time I gave up milk back when I was like when I was playing sports, when I ran track. Like maybe it's gonna be a good idea to give up milk or else my lactic acid is like fucking me up. I'm cramping up. I'm getting
Mm,
nauseous when running. So like I gave up milk for you give up milk for 2 months you drink milk again, you're gonna be lactose intolerant. Nobody just no. That's not just a condition you're born with.
No, man, dude, that makes sense because I would eat cereal every day, every single day. And then like up until like college, high school, college, like I stopped eating cereal. And then, you try and just drink milk, just drink a glass of milk or something. Can't do it without like feeling like shit. It's weird.
Yeah, I made the I made the switch from 2% to whole milk, and I realized now like I realized that 2% milk is just white water. It's fucking watered down milk. I don't fucking care no more, bro. That shit is nasty to me now.
Dude, I get that, but it's like at the same time, it's just like, you know what? You just pretend 2% is almond milk. You know what I'm saying? Like almond milk is water. Um, but yeah, I get you. I get you. The only time I can drink like whole milk is like with like drinks, like when it's like mixed up like at Starbucks or something. But yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, brother.
I fuck it. No, I fuck it. Like that's another thing I hate Starbucks too. Like
What?
I think no, like I like the what they make. I just hate going there. Like this might be toxic masculinity in a type of way because I can't say the word frappuccino without sounding fruity or without cringing. And I hate the word. So like now that every time I go to Starbucks, I just use like I just use saying, "Hey, give me that frozen shit." I don't say Java chips. I give me like those like those chocolate chunks. I try to make everything masculine. Like no,
Yeah.
frozen shit.
Dude, you probably sound so ridiculous at like Starbucks, just like, bro, give me the frozen chips with the
No, the frozen
I don't
shit.
know, man. But I I get it, I guess. I only get the iced green tea matcha latte, a little bit of healthy in there. It's green. It's fucking good, dude. And I get the bacon gouda and egg breakfast sandwich, dude. That thing hits, bro. Like no one will judge you if you get that, man. It's delicious.
Yeah,
Dude, you're hydrating like crazy.
yeah. Fuck, I have to. I used
Hey,
to
man. You're
Yeah. When I started doing stand up, I realized my throat would get dry like real quick, even though I was hydrating the whole day. Like for some reason, I just like got like my mouth was dry. I couldn't talk normal. Like now now I don't have it probably because it's not something that makes me just as nervous anymore.
Yeah, man. I always get like, no matter how much water I drink, I get cotton mouth right before I go up. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just something. I don't know, man. It's just I'm starting to get to the point where it's like I get super nervous before, but like as soon as like unless I'm just totally bombing, once I go up and that first joke, you know, it's just easy from there, and it's fun. That's why that's one thing some of us forget is like this is supposed to be fun, and a lot of times it is fun. You know, making people laugh.
Yeah. So here's like one thing I do is I want like I watch people. I like watch my favorite like people I admire. Then I like look at their sets and I see some bits that they have. And now what I like to do is like I like to break their bits down to like a to a main subject. Then I like just rewrite it. I'm not it's not Joe. I'm not trying to steal jokes. So what I like to do is like, okay, oh, let's say Mitch Hedberg joke. All right. Um, I don't. Here's a good example. This the Mitch Hedberg joke. I used to do. Well, how'd it go? Fuck. I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. All right. I take that joke. Then I'm like, okay, subject, break it down, break it down. Used to do drugs. He still does. All right, drugs, doing drugs. All right, I break it down to the point where it's doing drugs. Then I'm like, okay, how can I build on this to make it original? So Mitch Hedberg is where this joke is born from, but I'm the one who's gonna build this joke. So okay, doing drugs. All right, uh, I did drugs for the first time. All right, that's what I start with. All right, I'm in the hood. Okay, I when I did drugs for the first time, I was in the hood, and I heard someone say the N word. I started running because I thought it was me. So and that's a joke. So that's my process.
Yeah.
So that's my process. Now, when you so like what I like to do is like I like to like not be afraid to use inspiration. So I watch people I admire and and like and take build from the premises they have, but still make something original. Make sense? So do you have like a
No,
similar you have a similar like what I'm asking is do you have like a similar process like when you watch people like who do you watch that you admire?
honestly, man, I don't watch any comedy anymore because I don't want them to I don't want to be influenced like either subconsciously or anything. Like I don't want to like um just like their style of speaking or like their cadence or their rhythm. Like I don't want that to influence me. But also, man, it's like different like on TV versus like being actually there. So it's like I don't know, like now it's just like I watch it on like if I watch like a special, I'll be like, "Oh, that's funny." But I won't actually laugh because I'm not in the audience and it's like it's so much different to me now since I've started, but um yeah, man, I don't know, dude, like that what was the original question? I'm sorry. Yeah, we were talking about like inspiration, right? Like where bits
Yeah,
are like
like so wait, so you like what you're telling me is like uh you don't like you don't watch anyone or like who do you want who did you started watching that made you like comedy?
okay. So before I started, like I mean, like all of us, like just huge comedy fan, Comedy Central all day. Um, I don't know, just back in the day, like Cat Williams and Daniel Tosh's like first special and all those Comedy Central presents, you know, those little 30-minute specials they would have with everybody. I would eat those up, man. Ralphie May. Um, I love Ralphie May. Um, yeah, like those guys really inspired me, and I always thought about it, but it always seemed out of reach. And then, like, I think it was Joe Rogan said something on his podcast about trying an open mic, and so I started thinking about it. Became obsessed with it, and that's when I like actually tried it. Um, but since I've started, like, I actually like cleaner comics to watch. Nate Bargatze. I love Nate Bargatze. And Ryan Hamilton, I think that's his name. His special Happy Face is one of the best specials I've seen in a minute. I really enjoyed it. And it's like they're both like clean and it's weird, but I don't watch too much anymore, man. It's just too busy actually doing the mics.
All right. So there's like nobody you try to like so like what you're are you in a way you're afraid to like emulate someone too much that by
Yeah,
watching them a lot?
exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. I'm trying to find my own voice. You
You're
know, and
not
I
trying
think
to
we
yeah.
all are. We're trying to become more authentic. And it's like, but honestly, dude, if I'm just being real, like, you know, I'm going to the mic like it used to be 6 nights a week. Now it's 5 because Vatos Locos isn't starting back up till January. So I don't have a Friday mic. But you know, like you go out every night, you know, you hang out for hours just to go up for 5 minutes. At the end of the day, man, and like I have a 9 to 5 job. So like an hour commute. So it's like by the time I get home, dude, like I'm comedied out. Like I'm obsessed with it, but like I'm obsessed with like my own jokes and like the mics I'm thinking about. Like I don't really want to. I'll listen to podcasts a lot, but I won't like specials and stuff. Like I can't watch them anymore. I'm comedied out unless it's like Daniel Tosh or like someone I'm a huge fan of, you know.
You ever tried listening to albums? You say you have an hour commute. Like you ever tried listening like an audio album, like of someone special?
Yeah, I used to do that on Spotify. Now I just listen to podcasts. I like podcasts a lot. I've listened to the ones you've had with like Danny and Nate already. And I loved them. I love podcasts. Comedy albums, I have listened to them. I don't on the regular. I don't know why I don't more, but I agree. Like I think it's better than watching them, honestly. Like the audio is better. And that I don't know, it's just it hits different versus like on Netflix or something, you know,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. So, are you afraid like if you watch more specials that you'll start to like look and like emulate them more, like take on their image or try to like your act becomes
um
like them, you start talking like them?
yeah, dude, because like it it can happen even like subconsciously. I don't think it would, but you know, sometimes I'll be thinking like I'll be writing a joke and I'll be like, I actually imagine like a different person saying it. Like I came up with a joke and I was like, wait, like I would have to be like, I would need Danny's energy, Danny Guerrero's energy for this one joke. You know, it's like it's because like
When you were actually, I know what you
I
mean. Like,
watch them every night.
yeah, I know what you mean. Like when you think of the joke, you're thinking of Danny's voice and Danny's aura saying it. When you're writing it down, then it just
Yeah,
doesn't feel good to you.
exactly. But well, it's not that it doesn't feel good. It's just like fuck. It's like you know, because like you like that style, you know. It's like, but I don't know. I don't want to like I want to find my own voice and like be my own person, because a lot of people now they're like, oh, you know, you sound a lot like Jesselnick, you remind me of Jesselnick, which is fine, but it's like, you know, I want to get to the point one day where it's like I have my own,
You have
not style, but like my own voice, you know.
you have Jesselnick's maybe cadence, but that's because like your style is your style is you. Like only your jokes work for you because you have the voice. You have like no, you have the entire package for you. Not only the cadence, but you have the voice, you have the appearance, you have the presence, and maybe yeah, you have a little bit of Jesselnick's cadence, but like I don't think like you got to think of it the other way. Like Anthony Jeselnik would not sound good doing if he did that joke or do the jokes you do.
Yeah, well, and I mean, honestly, man, it's like how many different ways can you like have cadence? It's like you go fast or you go slow, you know. It's like um I don't know, I like focusing on like delivery and stuff like that and just like pausing and like stuff like that. Like I tell a lot of the same jokes over and over again because I'm trying different, like putting more emphasis on this word or like delivering it this way or doing something goofy when I say it. And it's like like Jesselnick, like I respect like the timing. That's why I like Nate Bargatze too. It's like the timing and the delivery. It's like, oh man, it's like that's what I think's almost it's just like another side of the coin versus like good joke writing is just like being able to deliver it. Cause like if your delivery is like on point, it's like you can say anything, you know, and it's like that'll get laughs. It's like I'm trying to get better at delivery.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, dude, you are hilarious, bro. That's why I enjoy watching your sets. Now, like whatever you're doing, like not that you should take advice from me, but whatever you're doing, I really hope you keep doing it. Me,
Thank you.
however, yeah, me, however, like I'm probably not as busy as you. Like you just gave me your fucking schedule. You have a 9 to 5 hour commute. Like that's fucking like so you're always on the move or you're always doing
Yeah.
something. But like so whatever you're doing is that obviously working for you. Like what I would do is like I had that fear too, like listening to someone so much that you start to act like them. Like I remember when I like first 3 months, like by the third month I realized, oh shit, I'm sounding a lot like Patrice, or I'm sounding a lot like Bill Hicks. So like what my solution to it was like, and like I suggest other people, probably not you. I wouldn't suggest this to you, but what I started doing for me, this is what helped me. I started listening to at least five different people, because I had this lesson back in high school. Like, what is the like I think it was like kind of philosophy, kind of creativeness. The differences between originality and remix, whether it was music, inspiration, art, everything. So like what I realized, oh, I'm only listening if I only listen to Patrice, there's like my source
Inspiration.
of influence, inspiration,
Oh, okay.
influence is coming from one person. So what I have to do is like I listen to five different people. If I sound like all of them, I sound like none of them. You get what I'm saying?
No,
So
that's
I have
actually like, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm listening to Patrice, Bill Burr, Bill Hicks, Patton Oswald, Norm Macdonald. If I have those five, okay, so I'm listening to five. I listen to like at least like 5 minutes of each guy every day, like whenever I'm not doing nothing. So if I sound like though all of those five guys at the same time, I don't sound like none of them, and you can't like really get a pulse on it. So like, so that's like what works for me.
Yeah, man. That actually sounds like a really good idea, you know. And just different styles. Like I feel like they're all like different tools on the tool belt, you know, like crowd work or like clean comedy or doing really dark stuff, doing bits versus one-liners, non sequiturs. Like if you watch like a bunch of different people, like you just like, I don't know, like storytelling. It's another one. It's like I guess you can recognize like all the different ways you can like try and get the audience to laugh, you know. It's like, and hopefully, you know, we can all find like the style that works for us, you know. Honestly, man, I'd like to get to the point where I could do all of them, you know, pull them out in different situations, make it fresh for me. Um, but I don't know, like that's why I'm really happy where I'm at right now. Um, because it's like this is the time to experiment, you know. This is the time where it's just like um, you know, I could do anything because I have literally nothing to lose because I have nothing, you know. It's like um so yeah, man. But that's cool that I you said Bill Hicks.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, I like that guy.
Yeah, I still like it, Sane Man. His like first special is like one of my like one of the best I've ever seen. And it's what I like about it. It's rewatchable. Like, you know what I mean? Like I like watching it over and over again because it's just like amazing to see like how he was doing it, what he was doing. And I like to and I watch like comedy like it's film study. I'm breaking it down. I'm noticing like the more I watch it, the more like layers I notice. So
Yeah, man. Becomes an analysis, you know. You start noticing like what they're doing. Like I went to Skankfest and like I was watching like just all the different comics, you know. But like I was like noticing like Shane Gillis was like killing it like the whole time, every time I saw him. And like I remember one thing he said or something in like a podcast. He was just say the opposite. He's like, you just say the opposite. It's like, you know, it's like it's so easy. And like the whole time I was like noticing what he was doing. It was like, oh shit, like, you know, like you become aware of like almost like the tricks. Not the tricks, but like the techniques, you know. Just the, you know, the more you're around it. And honestly, that's with everything, you know. It's like if you're hanging around, if you're watching basketball every day, you're gonna pick up on what a rebound is, or like, you know, if they're running certain sets or whatever.
yeah. Plus, I just I don't know. Like every time I watch a special, I always I don't know what I'm looking for anymore because I've been like doing stand up and watching like that nostalgic feeling that I got when those HBO specials came out. Like it's gone now. Like I can't ever feel that again. Like the excitement of hearing something for the first time. It's that's why I enjoy like it's like eating if you eat donuts every day, like you're gonna want to like you're not gonna like them. So now like the donuts are gonna have to be fresh. Uh like you can't just have a cold donut no more because you're just like the stuff has to be perfect. And like I feel like I've desensitized myself to appreciate all comedy to like what to appreciate now the best. That's why I like a guy like Louis C.K. because every time I listen to his to his set, like it feels just brand new somehow. Like the way he like or like even when I watch at the open mics when I watch you or Danny, like seeing it, I just like. And here's another thing I like to do. I like to like. You ever see reaction videos on YouTube? I like to watch those, and the reason I like to watch it
Dude,
is because
have you seen Frankenstein's Lab? Those two guys from Houston?
oh yeah,
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 man. Yeah, I like those too. The reaction videos. I love those.
yeah. But what I like to do is I like to Google like the okay Patrice O'Neill reaction because I like to see Patrice O'Neill at the Nasty Show because I like to see the horrified look on people's faces when they hear him for the first time, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's fucking right. Like, cause
Yeah, man, but
that's what he said. Like, comedy should be 50% of people laughing and the other 50% fucking horrified.
I talked to another comic about this. It's like if you if your comedy's making like everyone laugh, well, I mean that's the goal, but it's like it's not a bad thing if like 50% are with you and 50% aren't, because it's like because then you're saying something, you know, like you're saying something versus it's just like something that everyone agrees with. It's like, okay, are you even like are you even saying are you do you even have like a real perspective if you're not like if people aren't disagreeing with you sometimes? um but yeah, man, Patrice, legend. Um, fuck, man. You were saying something about like being desensitized to like all the comedy and stuff. I've like
Yeah,
felt that way about like not only just comedy specials, but like the older you get, like the more movies you see. I'm a huge movie guy. Um, and it's like, or the more good food you eat, it's like you raise your standards of like because you've experienced like so many specials. It's like okay, like I've seen it all. It takes something special to make me feel something. It's like I feel like that's when you come to the point where it's like you almost want to create your own art, because it's like everything else, like you've seen it. It's like you get to the point where it's like I could do that at least, and then you start like creating your own art, whether that's like a movie or a book or you're a chef or whatever. It's like you get to the point where you love the thing so much that you want to create your own.
yeah.
I don't know. I think I smoked too much before
You
this. Yeah,
probably you probably have. You're trying to be inspirational and it's not working, that motherfucker.
yeah. I
But
know. I know. I know. I don't know.
here's a
Just these
le-
are just my ideas, man. Just my ideas that I
like
love it.
here's my like here's like a lesson I learned. Like you ever seen that movie, The Usual Suspects?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, well I haven't,
Wasn't
but
a fan, honestly.
yeah, well I haven't, but I read like behind the scenes and like I've seen clips, but the interrogation scene or the lineup scene.
Yeah,
They
man.
say that the director was pissed because the guys couldn't stop laughing. Uh, and and like I was like, oh shit, like I could see why, but the scene turned out to be one of like the most iconic in cinema history. Like somehow, even though like, and that's like a lesson I learned like in life the hard way because like you have to learn how to. One thing you got to do is that you're gonna want things a certain way. You're gonna want to be successful a certain way. You're gonna want your stand up to to be a certain way. But like you might get what you want, but it's not gonna, and it might not turn out the way you want. Like you want to, like that director wanted a fucking a serious scene, and he couldn't have it, and he went like fuck it, let's just roll with this, and and it worked out pretty well. So like that was
Well,
one thing I had to learn to like accept things are gonna work out, but probably not the way you're gonna imagine.
yeah, man. Honestly, dude, it's like, yeah, that's like a life thing where it's just like I don't know, man. I feel like just in that scene specifically, and just like um you hear it all the time in like movies where it's like someone like they ad lib or they like keep going like in Django, like Leonardo DiCaprio like cut his hand real bad and he kept going. And he was like bleeding and just kept doing the scene. And they kept that in there. It's like I don't know, man. It's just it feels authentic. You know what I'm saying? It's like authentic. And I think like movie audiences, comedy audiences, like people pick up on authenticity and they know like when someone's being real or not. Um, so those guys laughing, it's like, that's just them like just fucking, being real people. And like I think that came across in the movie.
Yeah, but speaking on Django, that's like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Quentin Tarantino is exactly the opposite of what I'm telling you. Quentin Tarantino is a control freak, and respectfully so
Oh
because
yeah.
it works. It works for him. Like you hear that Jamie Foxx told a story that when working in Django, like I don't think he said the line right, but he didn't say it like the way Quentin Tarantino wants. So Tarantino took Jamie to a back room or to a room, and someone's like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not the hero yet. You're the slave right now. Then you get to be the hero, but right now you're the slave." And like the fucking control freak Tarantino is like, I'm like bombarded, but like Quinn, even like if you allow like some like the movie could still turn out great, but no, like because Tarantino wants to do it his own fucking way because he feels like it's gonna fucking work out. So I don't know what happened. Like by the grace of God, I don't know Quentin Tarantino that well, but like he leaving that fucking scene where DiCaprio cuts his hand open. I was like, oh man, like I'm glad dude decided to stick with that scene.
Yeah. Well, he probably recognizes too. He's like, that's better than my idea. Like, I don't know. Sometimes like we just recognize where it's like, oh, okay, like a joke like in the moment, like sometimes it's just like, wow, like let me write that down. It just comes off the top and it's like, I don't know, man. You can never like really gauge like when like inspiration or like when like a moment like that in a movie or like on stage or anything like can happen. Just like it's just like almost appears out of the ether, you know, and it's like, you know, just like something happens in the audience and like you react to it and that gets a pop. It's like, okay, oh shit, you know. It's I think that it comes down to like being present, you know, like not thinking about your own ideas, not thinking about like the next joke or anything, or you know, it's like being present in the room. And like, I don't know, I think people can pick up on that, you know.
Yeah, but and speaking of authenticity and like things not going your way sometimes, that's why I love Jim Carrey, who is probably the fucking greatest of all time. Like when it comes to like
Yeah.
movie actors, like nothing matches Jim Carrey. And like I look at uh, uh I read up on Jim Carrey and watch a bunch of videos. Like you realize that like every time he gets a script, he improvises half of it and the other half he adds in just to add a little flair. And like when they're recording, like probably like 25% of the shit you see Jim Carrey pull off was not in the fucking script to begin with.
Yeah, but man, dude, I feel like that's just the genius. That's just the genius coming out where it's like it makes a lot of sense because like how many takes are you gonna do anyways? You're probably gonna do at least you know several takes. Why not have a couple where it's like just improv and like see if it comes out better than what you had before. I was thinking about Jim Carrey the other day, actually, just like as far as like delivery and stuff, just like his facial expressions. Um, we were talking about reaction videos. I watched Frankenstein's Lab reacting to Jim Carrey in like one of these old sketch shows he did, and it was like it was the funniest thing ever, man. It's like Jim Carrey, like the goat, you know.
Yeah. Oh man, I love to keep watching him. I was like, because I watched him try to I watched him do a stand-up special one time, and like
Mm-hmm.
it's all movement. It's his like going back to like listening to audio. You're not gonna listen to audio of Jim Carrey. Like you gotta
Yeah.
see what the fuck he's doing. But
Yeah,
that's what makes
yeah,
him great.
That's a good point because
I mean, I was, yeah, that's a good point. It's a good
You know
point.
what it must be like to be Jim Carrey in the room. I'm like, you have the amount of respect he's got. Like, I'm wondering how long would it be before I could get that type of respect. Like, let's pretend Jim Carrey for some reason comes to an open mic down here in Houston, and we're all trying to go up on stage. and you know he's gonna do some fuck shit like make like make a bunch of noise, fucking disrupt everyone's sets, and we really can't say anything because he's Jim Carrey. Like that's the type of personality he is, and I was like, what would it like? How long would it take for us to earn that type of respect where you could be disruptive, but people just respect it? Like I would like to like just come around, uh, pick someone's glass up and like or some shit he would pull off.
I mean, dude, that it takes like 20, 30 years, if you're incredibly lucky and hardworking, like like I heard like Joe Rogan on his podcast, he was talking about like Shane Gillis like being like the new like guy, like the new up and comer. It's like Shane Gillis has been doing it for 10 years. It's like or like longer. It's like fuck. And he's like, he's one of the new guys in comedy, one of the new heavy hitters. It's like I haven't even been doing it a year. I haven't even been doing it 10 months. It's like just I guess it's just playing the long game. But yeah, I mean, like, dude, if you stick with it, it's like, why not? Why not any of us, And it's like one day you could command that respect, I guess. But I don't know. If you have that type of power that Jim Carrey has, like, I mean, if it's funny, it's funny, but it's like I don't know why he would disrupt an open mic, but
Because
it's
it's
Jim
Jim
Carrey,
fucking
so who
Carrey.
knows? Yeah, it's
Like
Jim Carrey, but
you see him at the like I think he did like that Norm Macdonald live. I think it was a podcast, I think. And he's just like spilling his water on the ground, taking apart the sign and doing whatever the fuck. And everyone's just like admiring it because we know like what the fuck Jim Carrey's doing. But
I saw him doing comedians in cars with Jerry Seinfeld, and I don't know, he was just being weird, man. Like, he was just being Jim Carrey, and it was funny, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if I could hang out with the guy, but I don't know if he would just be on all the time, like always performing. Um, I don't know.
yeah. It's crazy how like you could be doing this for 10 years and still be considered the new guy.
Yeah, dude.
It's
Yeah, a bunch of like the I don't know, like a bunch of the guys that like I really respect and like in our scene like have been doing it like 5, 6 years, and almost double that, and that's what like all these other guys doing. Like it's like there's levels to it, and it's just like that realization of like, okay, like it's gonna be a long grind. It's gonna be a marathon. It's like you can't expect like overnight success because it's not gonna happen. Only
that's what
like
I
in
want.
special circumstances, but you're gonna have to do it for a long time. It seems like all of us.
Mm.
Mm.
I prefer that overnight success though. I prefer.
Dude, yeah, we all do, but it's like I feel like there's a different type of like there's almost like a different type of appreciation when you earn it though. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't say like Bill Burr like didn't earn it, like all the stories he has about like just eating spaghetti every night. It's like there's almost like levels to like what you have to go through just depending on your situation. Like I know like one comic, he's like driving an hour and a half to the mics. Like I'm only doing like 40 minutes. Some people do like 10, and it's like I don't know, like we all have like different situations, but you still have to put in like a lot of time and a lot of like frustration, honestly. Just whether it's bombing or like uh just dealing with all the outside stuff that's like not being on stage, you know.
Like the only other like the last uh like guy who became like super famous super quick would be Pete Davidson probably. Like
I
becoming
was
the
thinking the exact same guy.
yeah, super young, got on SNL, and I'm like that is a rarity. Like I just can't fathom. Like I can understand like now in the during the age of technology or like social media, yeah, you could blow up any second. But back then, like before that, it was Eddie Murphy who joined SNL at what 18, 19 years old. And I'm like,
Mm.
back when SNL was like, so you're supposed like supposedly veterans, like people who've been in the business for a while.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's crazy. Like, you know, those two guys. Um, but I mean, that's two guys out of like all the other examples of like just putting in the time. Um, someone else said this, some other comic said it. It was like you either make it when you're 20 or you make it when you're 40. Like there's like no in between, you know. And I don't know. I don't even, dude, I'm not even like concerned with like making it per se. Like I just want to like make enough money to do this and like just focus on this and not have to do the office job. Um, but that's the dream one day.
Yeah, just doing this, make sure you can make it, just make a living out of this. And in a way, I want that, but bro, Pete Davidson getting some famous pussy. That's you gotta admit that.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, like honestly, man, like I just look at his life and I'm just like, eh, you know, he's just like, you know, he's did you like his last special? Did you like his special? His
A
Comedy
life.
Central special?
No, I saw the Netflix one, the half hour he did on Netflix. I kind of liked it. Yeah,
I didn't see that one. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. He Pete Davidson's like weird, man. I don't know like if I like him or if I hate him. Like I liked his movie that he did, King of Staten Island. It's kind of like a
okay.
dramedy. Um, but yeah, man. Uh I don't know, but that's the exception. That's the exception to the rule.
Yeah,
Um and like, you know, the overnight thing, like, you know, I don't know if you would appreciate it as much. Versus like, you know, putting in time and like all the pitfalls and like just, you know,
like
coming out on the other side.
even putting in the time, like if you become famous later in life, like it brings its own challenges. Like you heard Sam Kinison worked his entire career for 1 hour. When he did that 1 hour for HBO and released a special, he struggled after that because he like, oh my god, I spent my whole life working on 1 hour. Now I have a couple years to do to come up with another hour. And like and that was like Sam Kinison is one of the greats. And like to know that happened, like even that could happen to him is like whoa. Like it wakes you up to like the difficulties at every stage.
Yeah, man. And like, I don't know, like I feel like the longer I've like done this, now, you know, and I'm literally like a freshman, you know, in this. But it's like the more I do it, the more I feel like connected to like some of these like higher level comics, because it's like, oh, like we've both experienced like the same thing. Like he's experienced it way more and like, you know, has like way more wisdom and all this, but it's like we're experiencing like the same thing. So it's like Sam Kinison like freaking out, like I've felt like a mini version of that
where it's just like I always feel like I don't have any jokes, any new jokes. Like I always feel like I'm struggling to like create the minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it's like listen to like Nate Bargatze's podcast. He has like a similar worry, you know, where he's always like, I just did that hour. How do I create another hour? And it's like you just do, I guess. But yeah, man. I mean, but Sam Kinnison's one of the goats, you know.
Yeah.
So his hour was good, I guess. I haven't seen it, honestly.
Unless you have like that fucking George Carlin brain where just 1 hour every year is your goal. And I'm like, just saying all like there had to be like problems with George Carlin. Like what I like about George Carlin, he was very intellectual, which is why if he did an hour, he probably had like what 5 bits. So 5 bits he could expand on, and he just ramble on, and like what and everything he said was profound, which was what I like about him. But it's crazy to think like he could just in 1 year he could write an hour, write a whole hour, work on it and finish it, then just like scrap it. Like I've been doing comedy for a year. I still struggle to put together 5 minutes, and it just puts in perspective. Like like I'm right here, at the beginning, at the top. That's what George Carlin was doing. I'm like, I got a long fucking way to go.
Yeah, man. It's like, dude, but those are like the goats. Those are like the dudes who like, you know, they're not just like comics. They're on the like the Mount Rushmore, you know. So it's like,
They're the
I
ghosts, but
mean,
that's like what I want to. What will we all try to aspire to be like looked at or
yeah.
like as those guys? Because if you're not like if you're not looking at like fucking the whole fucking list of greats, like you gotta like you have to see like what level these people were on, and like saying, okay, these guys made it. I can if I'm gonna make it my way, like how do I get to this? Like how can I be remembered? How can I do it like these guys did it, but my way?
Yeah. Ari Shafir, he has this like master class. He has this like master class on YouTube. It's like recorded at the Comedy Store. It's like 3 hours long. And like one of the things he said was like comedy is weird in that everybody has their own path. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, everybody has their own path. Like, um, and it's like we're our own like entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all trying to like sell ourselves and get booked for shows and like get put on like big things, you know, like people have social media presences. I see people doing merch already, and it's like we're our own like entrepreneurs. We all have our own path. It's like, you know, I'm sure like Jerry Seinfeld's path was different than like Ralphie May's, or like anyone else. It's just like, I don't know, but I feel like that's part of the fun too, man. Is just like, I'm excited, bro. Honestly, I'm excited. And we have a great group of guys that like, you know, me and you are both friends with. Um, I think we really support each other, all of us. Um, I don't know, man. Like I feel I'm optimistic about what's going on.
Yeah,
But that's just me, man. That's just me, man.
yeah. I'm excited too.
Can I I'm gonna show you my dogs. There's Daisy, Sadie, Jack. I don't
You
know. I
got
just
too
want
many, bro. You got too fucking many, bro.
no, just three. At three and a cat. It's lightning over here, so it's like they're freaking out.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's starting to rain outside my house too. But yeah,
Yeah.
All right, man. Like I appreciate you coming out here, bro. Like you're one of the one of the funniest dudes that like I've seen on the scene, bro. And like I really am excited to see what like going forward, what we like, what all of us can do. Like anything you wanna plug in before we wrap this up?
No, man, I'm doing like a show at Camp Hope tonight. By the time this drops, it's all good. It's all good.
I'll try to drop it by
But
this
yeah, just
afternoon.
something. Okay. Well, if they want to come down, that's cool. We're doing like a charity comedy thing. Um, After that, like I'm probably just gonna it's back to the open mics, hit speedball tonight. Um, yeah, and just back to the grind, man. I don't really have any shows to plug. Um, I did want to shout out my boys, uh, Nate Ortiz, Danny Guerrero, Connor Carter, Mason James, Victor Ramos, Matt Rodriguez, Grant Wheeler, just all the boys. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Rivera, um, fucking oh, dude, I'm forgetting people. I'm forgetting people.
Collect your thoughts,
Eric,
pothead.
Eric, both Erics, both the Erics, really cool guys. Just everybody in our like freshman class or just cool people. Just want to give them a shout out, just because
Yeah, go to the Houston open mics, man. You'll catch all these people there. But
yeah, man. And thanks again for having me on, ZA. I love talking comedy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I could tell you sound really excited. It was a really exciting hour for you, fucking pothead. Fuck.
Dude, it's Saturday. It's Saturday.
Yeah, it's still the
Ain't got
morning
shit to
though,
do.
bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I'm gonna give you
The
that
frozen
latte
shit.
I was talking about. I'm gonna wake up, go see Spider-Man.
All right, man. Hey, man. Thanks again for doing this, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on, man. I'll see you at the mics.